What's up, bro? Welcome to another episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you already know, I am Brandon Janeau. I hope you guys been enjoying all of the new episodes that come out this week. Two episodes are only coming out next week. I'm sorry about that, but had to do stuff. Other than that, man, I hope you guys enjoy those episodes when they do drop. Sorry about that. I'm trying to figure this new phone stand out still. But anyway, man, hope you guys are enjoying it. Shout out to everybody that's been subscribing to my YouTube channel, man, because clearly I get to do a lot more shit on there. They just sent me something. Uh, it's kind of like they were like, "Yo, you can start posting like pictures and images of what's coming soon and stuff like that." So I was like, "Oh, okay, that's pretty dope." So it's kind of like at first it was the shorts, now it's like these kind of like an Instagram a little bit. Like, so it's just like, okay, it's really tight for YouTube. So if you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, I just posted what I'm about to be doing tonight. That is coming next week, probably Tuesday. Hopefully, I get this done tonight and really get it done the right way tonight. But if not, man, hope you guys enjoy this episode. But enjoy the episodes that are out right now. I got three out right now. YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show. Social media pages, TikTok and Instagram, Brandon Janeau Show. Um, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy this, man. Like I say all the time. And also, like always, where can you find all of this? Easy. Podcast platforms. All of them podcast platforms. Brandon Janeau Show. Just type in the Brandon Janeau Show. Like I said tonight, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. So let's get into it. Why don't we? Like I said, tonight's episode is Life in Times with Music. Okay. I said this at the end of the J. Cole one that it's time for me to do the verses. And I'm doing it tonight. Brandon Janeau Show, Life in Times with Music. This is the first official head-to-head battle of one artist but two albums, and I'm going to explain how I'm going to do it after I explain the artist. um, so growing up, of course, in the early 2000s, there was probably nobody. I mean, nobody. That was more of influence in hip hop, more so influence in the South, especially for me when I was a kid. Than T.I. T.I. was one of those guys, King of the South. Was one of the biggest names in the game. I was a massive Ti fan. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like a super. I wasn't. He wasn't bigger than Wayne in my eyes, but Ti reached a level of success at the time that Wayne was achieving. So I think both men, was on a collision course to be great. And Ti was a part of the renaissance of Atlanta. Him, Jeezy, Ludacris, Outkast. They were the new faces of Atlanta. You already had people in Atlanta, but Outkast, T.I., Ludacris, Jeezy, you know what I'm saying, Killer Mike, guys like that. You know what I'm saying? It was just Atlanta was just everywhere. Little John, the East Side Boys. It was just like every damn time you would look up, it was a new Atlanta rapper, Yin Yang Twins, a little Scrappy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a new Atlanta rapper. You're like, God damn, how many motherfuckers you got? Like, God damn, nigga, who the how many of you niggas you up? God damn, what is going on? So T.I. was one of those guys, man. T.I. always had good projects, always had classic projects. I never listened to him serious because I just wasn't a T.I. fan at that time. But trap music came out, and I was hooked after that. 24s, Rubber Band Man, Let's Get Away, shit like that was classic. Be Easy, one of the best T.I. songs ever. Um, and then he dropped Urban Legend, which was just dope shit. Like it was dope, man. I could have easily picked that album. I could have easily picked trap music. But I picked the album that came after all those albums. Uh, I'm serious, trap music, and of course, urban legend. I picked King. King is one of those albums. Actually, the fourth album in Ti's discography. When you actually think about it, some people say really trap music really wasn't a Ti album kind. I guess if you want to say it like that, it was more like a mixtape, but it was really an album and it's four. So King was the fourth album in Ti's discography, but this is the first album that a lot of people was pretty much giving Ti the freedom to like, okay, this the album if you're gonna be the new Jay Z of the South. A lot of people saying he was the new Jay Z of the South. So this was the album that a lot of people felt like would 100% confirm it. And at the time, T.I. was starting to do movies. He was starting to become an actor. He was starting to be a focus in the Hollywood scene. You had, ATL come out literally at this time as this album was coming out. So he had literally a number one album and a number one movie in box office. That shit is rare as an artist. King was one of the first albums I ever purchased in my life. It was one of those albums that I listened to back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those albums, man. I don't know, man. It was just an album that I gravitated towards. Of course, like everybody, what came out and that video was so impactful. I was just like, yo, I gotta watch this shit. I gotta get this album. And I remember going to Best Buy in New Orleans and getting this out. No, Best Buy here, matter of fact. Yeah, I was in Houston by the time King came out. It's like '06. Yeah, I was in Houston. So yeah, I remember getting this album and listening to this shit and being like, damn, this shit is classic, bro. And back in the day, you didn't have Apple. You didn't have a phone that literally showed you the track list. I mean, and you know what I'm saying? You had to literally go buy a CD, and the album would have the track list on the back of the motherfucking CD. And you didn't just pick a song. You had to put that bitch in a CD player and then let it play. I had a CD player still. You know what I'm saying? So I had to listen to this whole album from front to fucking back, and it was a classic, man. It was a classic fucking album, man. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it wasn't. It was a really good body of work. Like I said, one of the first albums I ever bought, like physically bought my own money. And that is the album I want to talk about tonight. But like I said, I'm not just doing this album because I'm making it a versus. I don't like calling it versus because everybody does versus, but it's kind of King against this other album that T.I. has created in his discography, which is another great album. Now after King, I think he dropped T.I. versus T.I.P. And then I think he dropped uh T.I. versus T.I.P. And then right after that, he dropped Paper Trail. 2008. Yeah. 2007 was T.I. versus T.I.P. 2008 was Paper Trail. And Paper Trail, again, another classic album that came out of nowhere. It didn't come out of nowhere, but it had bangers. It was just an amazing album. I actually remember the first single. I think he dropped two songs from the project before the album even came out. One was gonna pop, and one I think he just was giving it to his core fans. No matter what was the first song I remember watching, the first video I remember seeing. And of course, that was also the album where he had uh, Wherever You Like, which was every fucking where. You can have whatever you like. Like that shit was every fucking where. This album was every fucking where. If King was the album that everybody was waiting to see what he could be, this album proved that he had already arrived and his shit was nowhere to be found. But at the time, you got to realize, see, I was also facing a lot of criminal charges. I mean, even though in King he was facing criminal charges, but this was like, damn, T.I. gonna sit down for a good bit. And yeah, man. And at the time, T.I.'s career was super smoking. Like his shit was massive. He had just started Grand Hustle, really, like really fully. He had started Grand Hustle, and it was like a real label. But Paper Trail was such a fucking massive hit. Like I said, Wherever You Like is on this album. Of course, you already know Live Your Life is on this album. Swagger Like Us is on this album. It's such a fucking classic. And then you got the cult favorites like 56 Bars, and of course I'm Illy, and you know you know What's Up, What's Happening, and of course Dead and Gone with him and Justin Timberlake, which is another classic. So I'm going to put these two albums against each other. It's T.I. But which album do I feel is the best album in T.I.'s discography? Now, a lot of people will disagree with me that these are the two albums that I chose. I don't care. But these are the two albums that I gravitated towards the most when I heard T.I. These were the two albums. I love Urban Legend. I love Trap Music. I love No Mercy. I love Heavy as the Head That Wears the Crown. I love his new album, Libru. Oh my God. Libru. Libru. Oh shit. But y'all know what I mean. All of his projects have had songs and moments where I've loved these projects, but these two albums for me is the two albums that I kind of feel like really really, um, man, it these two albums are the best two albums to me, of his discography. These are the two best albums, and I think that these are the two albums that to me shaped his career the most, King and Paper Trail. So, how am I gonna do this? Excuse me. I am not going to literally go down this whole fucking track list. That is ridiculous. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna go from intro to, like, I'm gonna pretty much go down the track list, but I'm gonna pick my favorite songs off these track lists. Is what I think is the best songs. And at the end of this, I'm going to count up how many won of these albums, and then I'm going to give my own take on how I feel about these albums individually, and what I saw and how did I come to the conclusion of the winner of this album, pretty much the winner of his discography to me. Is it going to be King or is it going to be Paper Trail? How many songs do I believe is actually the best song? And at the end of the day, and I'm also going to count impact on these songs, the impact on the songs, particularly how these songs actually boost the album into my eyes, and also maybe even some people's eyes when this comes out in the comment section. But these are the two albums, man, and I can't wait to get into these two albums, man. So let's get into it. Now you know how I'm gonna do it. Pretty much impact, album sales, the notable hits. What is the biggest hits? What are the bigger hits? All of this shit, and I'm going to literally at the end say what album do I personally believe. And also, I want to say this: just because one album has way more impactful hits, and you might know more songs off that album, doesn't mean that's the album I'm gonna go with, because that might not be the way I looked at the album. Maybe I felt like, yeah, the album had a lot more hits, but the album that I actually liked was more of who he was, or that artist was as a person. So I'm telling you now, don't get in here and say Paper Trail was better than this. King can't even touch Paper Trail. Don't do that, because and here's the thing: you can do that, but I'm going to give it my personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. So here we go. Here we go. Paper Trail against King T.I. Which album is the best of T.I.'s discography? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So, like I said, I'm gonna go from song to song. They're gonna battle each other, and if the winner is the song at the top, one there goes into my thought process of like, okay, this probably was one of the best songs. So here we go. Of course, like I said earlier, Paper Trail versus against King. The intros of these albums were very impactful to start off the album. I'm gonna start with Paper Trail. 56 bars intro. This fucking song was ready. Oh shit. The way he starts it off, you know what I'm saying? They've been waiting for this shit is what you know, huh? Like, okay, here we go. Like, one for the money, two for the show, y'all, three for the haters. Oh shit, what he said? Three for them, something, and he just goes in. Without the braids, I'm the closest thing to dog. Without the grades, I'm the closest thing to dog. Minus the testimony. Said it ain't so, homie. It was just like, damn, this dude out the gate was ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when he starts rapping about all the rappers that he's compared to in his industry. Like, it was so dope. 56 bars was so fire, and it kicked it off right out the gate with, like, I'm here, let's go. Like, this ain't some normal shit. This ain't T.I. versus T.I.P. This is just T.I. going in. I'm going in out the gate. Now, King back off of the King album. First time I heard this album, same thing. Felt the energy right out the gate. I was like, holy shit, this is different. The moment I heard, this song, I'm like, oh shit, this different. Like, you know what I'm saying? The King back. Y'all better ease back. Tell him again, shorty, the King back. And at the time when he did this album, particularly, is when him and Lil Flip was beefing. A lot of people were saying that Lil Flip was the king of the South, which I never heard that discussion. I've never heard that conversation ever in my fucking life. But a lot of people maybe felt that way, and they were beefing. So I think that's what this song really represented, was him saying, like, bro, you try to take my crown, but I'm still a king, nigga. Like, give me my throne. Like, I'm that shit. I'm that guy. And I think that was probably the reason why he felt some type of way. That's probably why he came out with this song out the gate and just killed it, man. All in all, man, these intros set the album off perfectly. I think both of these intros were so incredible, and both of these intros actually leads perfectly into song number two, which goes into which song am I going to go with, and I'm so hardly thinking about this, and then I was like, man, this is hard to out the gate pick a song of these two, and I'm just like, damn, ah, shit. So here we go. The first song that I think was actually better off these albums. The song that I thought was actually the better intro is 56 Bars. I think 56 Bars, as much as I fuck with King back, 56 Bars I feel like was the best intro T.I.'s ever done. Like his shit was whipping on this hoe. Like it was incredible. And I was like, yo, this nigga spitting. This shit is different. So I say 56 Bars gets the nod and Paper Trail gets on the list with the first one. It gets a check, and that's what I'm gonna be doing, checking these songs as I continue to go. And like I said, both of these songs lead right into the second song. Now, Illy versus Front Back featuring UGK, Bun B, Pimp C, rest in peace to the pimp. Like I said, both of these songs lead right into it, man. Front to Back literally is a UGK classic. Like I said, man, being from the South, you understand what this song pretty much represents. I got a 56 Impala so fresh, bright top, burn drop with the driver so fresh. And I got a motor and a 94 yet. Wait, television's in it, pimping. Wait, I ain't done yet. I got the red cherry and it's sitting on chrome. My 26 inches just to get my roll on. My Jesus songs on, make the business get low. Like Dr. Dre 6'4", I keep that ass raised up. Dr. Dre 6'4", hey, come up in my hood and the bitches no tip. If you tell them you with him, all the bitches gon' strip. Yo, that shit was ready, man. T.I. was ripping. But being Pimp C do they do on this motherfucker. That's what UGK do, man. I'm Illy. It's another hit. Like, it's a fucking banger, man. I'm Illy. When niggas get off, piss off, me and my audite time to pop a lid off, shit off, over the web, asking me, is y'all sick of your fucking mind? You figuring I'ma fizz off, never cool off, tip scorching. Yo, oh shit. According to your statements, them and all my enforcement, but Tim bankrupt, according to your sources, I'm still kicked up along with more reinforcements, torture, up from the lavender from the rooftop officially, the hottest nigga rapping since Tupac. Ah, that shit was classic. Yo, these mother, oh my god, I just realized how hard this shit is. Okay, damn, I'm illy. When niggas get off, piss off. Oh shit, that shit was hard, man. I gotta go wait. I'm illy. I didn't know that. I'm going. I'm illy, man. I'm sorry. That shit was fucking fire, man. Fuck, man. That bitch was fire. I'm illy. I love Frontback though. T.I. UGK. I remember when the fucking video came out. Everybody was doing that fucking dance, nigga. Everybody was doing that front back, man. But I gotta go with I'm illy on this particularly. I think it was just a better. It was a better song. Man. It was a better song. All right, going into number three of both of these albums, Ready for Whatever versus What You Know. And this is kind of like the easiest one I think I'm going to have to pick. Because I'm going with What You Know. This is not even close. Like, What You Know. Now, what you know about that? What you know about that? Hey, don't you know I got candy by the three? Yo, that song is like, that was kind of like the representation of King. This was the biggest song off of the album, clearly. And of course, like I said, just when you listen to this song, it brings back the memories of 2006 when you had like ATL come out the movie, and then just him on top of his game. Like nobody was touching Ti at this time in his career, and I think that What You Know was just a perfect representation of that. Like it was just different, man. It was a different fucking song. Now, number four of these track lists is on Top of the World featuring Ludacris and B.O.B. That's on Paper Trail. And on King, I'm Talking to You. Woo, shit, was that shit fire. Um, man, on Top of the World was so dope because if you actually know the history of Ti and Ludacris, they were beefing for a very long fucking time in Atlanta, trying to get the crown, pretty much trying to be the next big hot star out of Atlanta. Ludacris, of course, started. Well, they kind of started around the same time, but Ludacris had the success first. But Ti was on his heels, man, for most of that time. And when you actually look at the Atlanta scene, Luda and Ti, that was the two guys, and then Jeezy's and the other guys came kind of after them. I mean, Luda, Ti, Outkast, and then Jeezy and all these other guys kind of fell behind them. But on Top of the World was such a legendary classic song, and then B.O.B. would pop off like a year or two later, and this was just a fire fucking song, man. Them the two men that I grew up listening to from Atlanta, T.I. and Ludacris. You don't even fathom it. You can't even like, yo. You always wanted those two dudes to do songs together. Back when you started hearing niggas was beefing, like damn, Luda and Tip beefing, what the fuck? And then when they finally do a collaboration like this, and the way they did it, it was like, wow, man. I remember hearing this song for the first time. I remember this song coming out. I remember listening to this whole album, Paper Trail. Matter of fact, when we had like a hurricane out here in Houston, and the power was out for like a whole fucking time. And I remember this song being one of the first songs that I remember vividly listening to when we got the power back and everything. And I remember watching them at the BT Hip Hop Awards. I think in 2000 and I think 9, or maybe it was 8. Um, and the two of them in Atlanta performing this song. I think Ti started it. Luda came out, and then Ti and Luda closed it. They opened the show up with these two, and they came out and they did the song together. And to see the crowd just lose it when they saw these two was incredible, man. I'm talking to you on King though. It's so fucking crazy. Like, he made a whole song just to diss Luda, like just to diss Little Flip. Like the shit is ironic. It was crazy. I did not like. I wasn't a huge Little Flip fan. I wasn't even a massive Little Flip fan. The nigga had like 2 or 3 songs I fucked with, but he wanted to let you know, bitch, I am the king. I don't know what the fuck you thinking. Who the fuck is telling you that you have a chance in this situation? But you don't. But you fucking don't. And I think that I'm talking to you. The way he just started rapping at niggas like, ooh shit, you wanna be a hot nigga talk, wanna be a shot nigga, what nigga talk? Like Lil John nigga, I don't give a fuck, goddamn if I said it in the middle. Like I give a damn if I said it in the middle. Okay? Calm down, stop getting on the middle. But about that shit you talking like Dipset bitch try to get with us. Like, yo, the way he was just talking at this nigga, like I'm like, God damn, Tip, what the fuck did this nigga really do to you? Like, what the fuck what did this nigga do? Like, God damn. Like it was, oh my god, the way this nigga was just talking to this nigga in this song. I'm like, God, what the fuck did this nigga do, bro? Oh man, he even gave Ludacris a shout out on the song. I ain't never get me and Chris sat it down talking about like this. So I ain't never been served. Get your facts right, nigga. If I want to be a hot nigga, want to be a hot nigga, yeah, so go like Lil Jon, I don't give a fuck. Like that shit was like, God damn, Tim, what the fuck, bro? So it goes from like peace versus violence. This is literally this is like an olive branch for two men versus just violence on a track. And I'm going with violence because I'm American. I'm going with violence. I'm talking to you. Is the shit. I gotta go while I'm talking to you. So now we're tied 2-2. Oh, here we go. Oh shit, here we go. All right, track 5. Live your life. Live your life on paper trail. Live your life. Live your life on paper trail featuring Rihanna. Or live in the sky on King versus featuring Jamie Foxx. Okay. Live your life with Rihanna. I remember hearing this song, and I remember actually them performing it in like 2008 VMAs. That's the first time they ever performed this song together. And I knew then this shit was gonna be a massive hit. Like, I don't even think the album came out yet, but this shit was just a massive fucking hit. You could feel it. It was like a different tone. You could tell it was gonna be a big fucking hit, and it was. It was just it's one of those songs in Ti's catalog that you know verbatim, song word by word, song by song. It's one of those songs that you just know. Um, and it's so peaceful. It's so cool to hear him just rap and do that. And Rihanna killed the hook like she always does. She killed the hook, man. Live Your Life is one of them fucking songs. It's a classic. Let's be real. It's a fucking classic. Um, King, Live in the Sky, featuring Jamie Foxx. I remember being a kid and like I said, getting this album, man, and listening to this album and track five, out there hearing the violence on track four, you're like, there's no way in hell he can never go back to that violence like that on another track, and he didn't. But Live in the Sky, uh, with Jamie Foxx was you know that song for me, man. You gotta take into account, like I've been saying, 2006, I had just moved to Houston a year in, and I remember listening to this song and damn near sharing tears and almost crying when I heard this shit for the first time, because it's just like you just lost your city, you just lost a lot of people in your hometown. A lot of people are dead and gone. They're not coming back. And it's just like, damn, what the fuck, man? And 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 that song hit me immediately when I heard it. I replayed. This was the first replay I think I've ever did on this album. Like the first song that I replayed every time. I'm talking to you. Probably got a replay, but this was the first song when I heard it originally. I knew right then and there. I was like, yo, this shit different. I like this. And these are the songs that I love, like about certain artists. Like these are the songs. Like it's not supposed to be like a super massive song. It's supposed to feel like an album cut. And Live in the Sky is that song for me. It was just it goes into what, like I said, it goes to where I was in my life and my mindset at that time. Live Your Life is always gonna be a classic to a lot of people, and a lot of people love it. But again, it goes into what I said. To me personally, what does these songs represent? Live in the Sky is still one of my favorite songs. Still to this day, I remember I had to listen to these albums to get ready for this shit. Just to make sure I knew what I was talking about. And again, it gets the replay every time. I don't give a fuck where I'm at in life. That was when I was 12. I'm 28, and it's still a replay. When I hear it, I'm gonna keep replaying it because there's something about this song that just you feel it. So, Live in the Sky for me personally gets the win over Live Your Life, just because of where I was mentally, and still to this day where I'm at. So yeah, track six is Whatever You Like versus Ride With Me. Ride With Me is a fire ass song. I remember listening to this shit when I was a kid and then listening to it just recently, and I was like, yo, this shit was fire. It was a fire ass song. It's just not gonna be Whatever You Like. It's just not gonna beat it. But I was just telling people it was a fire song. But Whatever You Like is just it was every fucking way. I should cancel it just because of the nostalgia of that shit, but it was so fucking good, and I can't deny it. It was a really good song. So Whatever You Like is gonna get the nod in this. So it's 3-3. Here we go. Number seven. No matter what versus why you wanna. I remember Why You Wanna came out. I remember listening to this song and being like, this shit is I don't like it. That was the first expression. And then I remember they had at this time they had a DVD um of kind of his. This is when albums used to come out and they used to have like a DVD or some shit to let you see the journey of the album. Why You Wanna had the video. The DVD had this video. Why You Wanna, before it even came out. It had a video of this shit. It was this one, and I think Drive Slow. T.I. did the remix of Drive Slow with Kanye West, GLC, and Paul Wall. And I remember watching this video, Mike Epps in it, and I was laughing and shit. And I was and I was laughing, but I didn't like the song at first. I was just like, this shit alright. And then they got on 106 Park, and I was still like, it's alright, it's cool. I just never could like it. I don't know at that time. I just it was a disconnect for me. Now, no matter what was a banger for me. I thought it was a a really good song the first time I heard it. I was like, yo, this shit is really good. It didn't get the, like I said, it didn't get the same play as a wherever you like, and I think that's why it got drowned out so fast because no matter what was a really good song. It was actually telling you where he was at this time in his life. I think he had, like I said, he was going through a lot of shit with you know probation. He was in and out of jail at the time, so he was just telling you about what he was going through. On no matter what, why you wanna was a dope song. As I've gotten older, it's a really dope song. Like I said, I was going back and listening to the shit a couple of days ago, and I like it more now than I did then. But no matter what, to me, I think it's actually a really better. It's actually a better song to me. So no matter what gets the nod in this conversation. And now track 8, My Life Your Entertainment featuring Usher versus Kings number 8, Get It. My Life Your Entertainment is literally gonna get this victory. I'm sorry. My Life Your Entertainment is just getting this victory. It was such a classic song. And him and Usher, you don't hear that shit a lot. So anytime you hear Usher and T.I on a song, I'm taking the victory. I'm that gets the vig. That gets the victory. That gets the nod. Matter of fact, Usher might be somebody I also do a versus with album wise because he got some classics, and I think I need to have a conversation about that shit. But anyway, track 9, Paper Trail, Porn Star versus King's Top Back. Just like I just said, you're not beating Top Back. Manny Fresh is literally one of my favorite producers of all time. I love Manny Fresh to death. Yes, like I said on the Lil Wayne episode, I am biased as fuck. Even on the Jeezy episode, I am biased as fuck. Manny Fresh is one of the greatest producers of all time. I don't give a shit because I'm from New Orleans. He's one of the greatest motherfucking producers of all motherfucking time. Top Back is the fucking hit. That's a fucking classic. And even if you listen to it now, it's still a fucking classic. The remix was a fucking classic. Like Top Back is just that shit. The first time I heard it, I gravitated towards it. And when I heard it was a Manny Fresh beat, it even made it work. It even made it better. So yeah, Top Back gets the victory. Now, Paper Trail is number 10. Uh, swing, swing your rag, swing your rag versus Kings. I'm straight, featuring BG and Young Jeezy. Swing your rag, by the way, features Swiss Beats. Swing your rag is fire. That's a fire ass song. Not even gonna say it and act like it's not. The recoupe outfit with a Gucci rag tied to my belt loop in my Louis rag. All right, okay, we don't. Take my Gucci rag out a river run in the air. Take my Gucci rag out a river run in the air. All right, okay, okay, we don't dance. No way. And by the way, that BET Awards, that's actually the song he performed first. T.I came out performed this with Swiss Beats. Ludacris came out and performed uh think he came out and performed Last of a Dying Breed with feature Lil Wayne. But Lil Wayne wasn't able to ride Kim. And then they performed On Top of the World. Swing Your Rag is fire as shit. It's a fire song. It's super fire. First time I heard it was immediately connected to it. I thought the shit was fire. But I'm straight. To me, is the is the best song off of King. To me, this is literally the best song off of King. It has T.I, Jeezy, who I've done an episode on, and BG, who I grew up on from the Hot Boys, Chopper City. There's nothing better than this song. All three killed it. Like, if you never heard this song off of King, I will recommend you go listen to this fucking song. Go listen to it. It's fucking incredible. Still to this day, like I said, I listened to this albums again just recently. It's not even close. I'm straight. It's the fucking best song off of King. I said it and I say it again. It's the best fucking song off of King. I'm straight. That's easy. Okay. Now, what's up? What's happening versus Undertaker? Now, Undertaker features, I think, Young Buck, somebody else. I can't remember. I think it's yeah, Young Buck and somebody else. But what's up? What's happening? At the time, he was beefing with the late great Shawty Low. What's Up Was Happening came out, and I remember my brother telling me about this song. And then this song popped off, and I'm like, yo, this shit fire than a bitch. Even doing a dance, like Lil Duval and him doing the What's Up Was like doing the They Know dance in a fucking video and shit. Then what's happening? Tell your haters to get at me. That show's fuck. Hey man, What's Up Was Happening gets the nod in this. That's kind of obvious there with that. Track 12 versus each other. Every Chance I Get versus Stand Up Guy. Um, Stand Up Guy was actually a better song. I like Stand Up Guy a lot. That was actually a better song. So I'm gonna go with Stand Up Guy. And that Swagger Like Us versus You Know Who. You Know Who. I don't know who. I think Toot produced this beat too, but You Know Who is fire as fuck. It's a fire fucking song, man. It's such a fire fucking song. Um, you know what? Do you know who? And you go where? Beefing now, don't you go there? But like that song was so fire, man. And I fucked with that song immediately after I heard it. Um, and everybody knows Swagger Like Us, Jay Z, Kanye West, Lil Wayne, T.I, MIA. I remember hearing this shit was coming, and I think actually, to be honest, I think I heard that it was actually supposed to be Jeezy and not Jay Z on that song, but Jay Z did the verse, and it. But either way it goes, man, Swagger Like Us was a fucking classic hit. I know a lot of people would say I don't like it because it was just too much, and but they all played their role on the song. I think they all played their role on the fucking song. It's not like they didn't do shit right. They all played their role on the song. Kanye killed it, Jay killed it, Wayne killed it. They killed it. T.I killed it, and like A killed it. Swagger Like Us is clearly getting a check for this. Okay, now Slideshow versus Good Life. Go with Slideshow on this one. You Ain't Missing Nothing versus Hello. I think Hello features Pharrell. You Ain't Missing Nothing, I think features John Legend. I'm gonna go with Hello. I should remember Hello very well, and it was actually a really good song. Track 16, Dead and Gone versus Told You So. Justin Timberlake is one of my favorite artists. T.I is one of my favorite artists. And when them two get together, they always do classics. They only got like two songs they physically have done together. But My Love and Dead and Gone might be the two best examples I've ever heard. The two best songs that these two dudes have ever done, and they kill every time they do something. So Dead and Gone is definitely getting a nod in this. Collect Call versus Bankhead. Bankhead was so fire. That was the entire PSC crew. The entire PSC crew. Young Dro. Yeah. Bankhead, man. As soon as I heard the shit was just like quickly love that damn song. Young Joe was fired off at that time too. Young Joe was shoulder lean and all that shit. I know you missing me. You ain't fly. You ain't fly. So all in all, so here we go. So the track. So these are the winners of all this shit. And King has another song, the remix to Why You Wanna remix, but I'm not doing that. So I'm not gonna even count that. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Nine checks for the for paper trail. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Nine checks for King. Damn. It's a tie. If I go off of this. I'm not going off of this. I appreciate myself for doing this, and it was a beautiful feeling to do all of this crazy shit. Nine versus nine, it equals to this. So which one wins, pretty much, right? They all had impactful tracks. They all had great presence. To me, personally, the album that I believe is the best of T.I.'s discography is King. King at the time was one of the best projects I heard. it had more sentimental value towards me to me than Paper Trail did. Like I said, at the time, 12 years old, I'm just moved to Houston. I don't know what the hell this is gonna be, and I realized right then and there, holy shit, this is a different life out here. When you listen to songs like King Back and Front Back, they can compete with Millie in 56 bars. But what you know, and I'm talking to you, live in the sky, and then I get to the songs that I generally like still smile about and think about. Top Back, and I'm straight. You know who? It's just like, bro, Bankhead. Like these are songs that even though Paper Trail has the more hits, again, what really mattered to me, and these are the songs that mattered to me. King had way more songs that personally I loved from the moment I heard it. And I think that, like I said, when you buy this shit with your own money, it means more. It means more. So, yeah, man, King to me personally gets the dub. I gotta go with King. I think King wins in this conversation. King gets the first dub ever of the album. Like Life of Times of Music-T.I. King Paper Trail against King. King gets the dub. King gets the dub. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoy this. I know when it comes out, you guys are gonna be like, "How the fuck you gave it to King?" I get it. Some of y'all gonna be like, "He should have gave it to King." I get that too. But next time with Life and Times with Music, I'm going back doing an artist, man. Well, actually, I'm going back to doing an album. So the album that I'm going to be picking is, of course, Dreams and Nightmares, Meek Mill's first project. Uh, I'm gonna pretty much do what I just did tonight, but just for one album, I'm gonna go down the entire track list and I'm gonna talk about it. If you ever seen this, you know what I mean by that. Matter of fact, no, I'm not gonna do that album just yet. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna do an artist. I'm gonna do an artist, and the artist I'm gonna do is Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran is going to be the next Life and Times music. I'm going to be talking about Ed Sheeran's discography, all of his music, all of his things he's done, and pretty much hopefully I'll be seeing him in March of 2023 in NRG Stadium. But until then, hope you guys enjoy this when it comes out. Comment, subscribe, do it all, man. Love y'all. Have a good night. Peace.